So, you're planning your first trip to Baltimore, Charm City, right? Well, you have come to the right place. We are about to give you the perfect game plan.
Welcome to Planet in Your Pods, where we help you get the most out of your travels. Our whole goal here is to give you those can't-miss experiences that'll make your first visit totally unforgettable.
And for Baltimore, I've really boiled it all down. We're going to cover 7 essential experiences, the ones that really capture the true spirit of the city.
So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through those 7 essential experiences for your first trip to Charm City. All right, let's get right into it. First up, we'll tackle the waterfront and dive into some major American history. Then, we're going to get into that authentic local vibe. You know, how to eat, see, and cheer like you're from Baltimore. And to wrap it all up, I'll give you a quick cheat sheet so you don't forget a thing.
All right, let's kick things off right at the heart of the city. I mean, Baltimore's entire story is basically written on its waterfront, and this is exactly where every first-timer should start.
And that brings us to the number one thing to do: explore the inner harbor. Now, this isn't just some pretty marina, okay? It is the bustling center of everything. It's been a vital American seaport since way back in the 1700s. And today, it's just this incredible hub of museums, shops, and some seriously amazing views.
And the variety here is just fantastic. I mean, you can walk the scenic 7-mile promenade, but you absolutely cannot miss the historic ships. The USS Constellation, that's a must-see. It's literally the last sail-only warship from the Civil War era still around. And hey, for a bit of quirky fun, you just can't beat paddling around in one of those Chessie the Sea Monster boats. It's a classic.
Okay, that brings us to the number 2 thing to do: visit the National Aquarium. It's located right there on the Inner Harbor, and trust me, it's one of the best aquariums in the entire country. This isn't just a building with some fish in it. It's a completely immersive journey into all these different aquatic worlds.
I mean, this place is massive. We're talking over 20,000 animals, everything from sharks to sloths. The Blacktip Reef exhibit is a huge highlight. You walk down this multi-level spiral ramp and it honestly feels like you're descending into the ocean. Plus, it's super hands-on. You can actually touch a moon jelly or a horseshoe crab at the Living Seashore exhibit. How cool is that? All right, that brings us to the number 3 thing to do: step into history at Fort McHenry. From that bustling harbor, it's just a short water taxi ride over to a site that is just profoundly important to the nation. This is one of those places every American really should see.
So here's the story. During the War of 1812, Francis Scott Key is watching from a ship as this very fort gets pounded by a massive British bombardment. And the next morning, he sees that huge 15-star flag still flying. And that sight inspired him to write the poem that eventually became the U.S. national anthem. It's such a powerful place, and it has these beautiful, sprawling waterfront lawns that are just perfect for a picnic after your tour.
Okay, so you've seen the big, iconic sights. Now, it's time to experience the real soul of Baltimore. This next part is all about getting a taste of the city's one-of-a-kind character. And that brings us to the number 4 thing to do: taste Maryland's famous blue crabs. Come on, you can't talk about Baltimore without talking about crabs. This is so much more than just a meal. It's a cultural ritual, and it's an absolute 100% must-do.
I mean, seriously, let me ask you this. Did you even go to Baltimore if you didn't eat the crabs? If you go home and someone asks, "Hey, did you have the crabs?" you gotta have a good answer. It's completely non-negotiable for a first-timer, and trust me, it is the sweetest, most amazing seafood you will ever have.
Okay, so how do you do it like a local? It's easy. Step 1, get them steamed, absolutely covered in a ton of Old Bay seasoning. Step 2, grab a mallet, get ready to get messy, and wash it all down with an ice-cold local beer. That right there, that is the authentic Baltimore crab feast.
All right, moving on. That brings us to the number 5 thing to do: get inspired at the American Visionary Art Museum. Now, Baltimore has this wonderfully quirky, creative spirit, and absolutely no place captures that better than this museum. And it's super convenient, right near Federal Hill, just across the harbor.
Yeah, forget everything you think you know about traditional art museums. This place celebrates outsider art. We're talking powerful, raw, and often wonderfully strange creations by everyday people like farmers, mechanics, and housewives.
Even the building itself is a masterpiece, totally covered in this glittering mosaic. It's an experience that is just so uniquely Baltimore.
Okay, that brings us to the number 6 thing to do. Catch a game at Oriole Park. Look, Baltimore is a seriously passionate sports town, and there is no better way to feel that energy than by catching a Baltimore Orioles baseball game.
And hey, even if you're not a huge baseball fan, I promise you'll love Oriole Park at Camden Yards. It's consistently ranked as one of the most beautiful ballparks in all of America. It has this awesome classic retro design and these stunning views of the city skyline. Plus, it's just a quick walk from the Inner Harbor, so it's super easy to get to.
And finally, that brings us to the number 7 thing to do. Wander the streets of Fells Point. For our last essential experience, we're heading to one of the city's most historic and atmospheric neighborhoods. Fells Point honestly feels like you're stepping back in time.
This really is the true heart of Old Baltimore. You can easily spend hours just walking the cobblestone streets, admiring all the incredible 18th century homes. Fun fact, this was once the city's bustling shipbuilding hub, home to the famous Baltimore Clipper ships. Today, it's the perfect place to just pop into one of the lively pubs for a drink or grab some amazing dinner right by the water.
And there you have it, 7 essential experiences for Baltimore. So, just to make sure you've got it all, let's do a super quick recap. Think of this as your ultimate first-timers checklist for Charm City. All right, here's your checklist. Explore the Inner Harbor. Dive deep at the National Aquarium. Feel the history at Fort McHenry. Eat messy with steamed blue crabs. Get weird at the Visionary Art Museum. Cheer on the O's at Camden Yards. And finally, get lost on the cobblestone streets of Fells Point.
That's all for now, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe for more like this.